I'm gonna miss him. I love you, Jesse. Ladies and gentlemen, faculty and administrators, friends and family, and of course, the graduating class of 2010. I wish to say hello and thank you for the honor of addressing you this evening. Graduation is a wonderful event that will sit in our hearts and memories forever. And the fact that I was asked to speak in front of you this evening leads me to believe that somebody's made a terrible mistake. But it's too late now, so we just gotta go with it. Well, I'm going to try to keep this speech a little bit short, since I'm sure most of you want to get home and watch the Celtics game. I'm arrogantly going to talk about myself for a little bit because it's, well, such an amazing rush to stand in front of 1,200 people and talk about yourself. But over the last 4 years, I've been play-by-play commentator for varsity basketball games on the school's local cable station. Now, I'm a pretty shy individual, but as many of you may know, if you put a microphone in front of me, I don't shut up. But before I entered Wiscasset High School, I was generally the kid that sat in the back of the room that was scared of speaking up in class. And while I'd be lying to pretend I'm not the slightest bit nervous here tonight, Wiscasset High School has given me the confidence to stand in front of you and give this address this evening. This school helped me break out of my comfort zone and provided me with an experience that I will remember for the rest of my life. If you told me my freshman year that I would have to make a speech on graduation night, I would have hid in the snack shack and probably cried. I mean, I'd probably still be in there right now. And I'm certain that every graduate sitting behind me has a similar story, whether it's in speaking, writing, painting, serving tennis balls, or playing the saxophone. It doesn't matter. Everybody here has evolved in one way or another. As I sat back thinking about what to write in this speech, and this was about an hour ago, by the way, I realized that there are two basic themes that I could choose from. Either looking forward to the future with anticipation, or reminiscing on the past with a little bit of nostalgia. But since the unemployment rate is about 10%, and many of us will spend the next 20 years in debt up to our heads paying off college loans, I figured I would focus on the past. Most of us have been in the Wiscasset school system for the last 13 years. Of course, with the exception of Corbin Percy, who decided he would skip kindergarten. And by the way, Corbin, the senior class voted, and you're going to have to go back and make up that year. He will just be receiving a high five instead of a diploma tonight. Anyway, the last year has been fun, but frankly very hectic. It's been a blur of classes and college applications, athletic events and music concerts, awards, dances, friendships and lifetime bonds. For me, lots and lots of Krista Brown. Inappropriate diabetes jokes from the infamous Jesse Hinman. And who can forget the senior pranks that all, for some reason, seem to involve Justin Karen. Well, let's not look at the last year. Let's look back over the last 13 years and think about all we've seen. An African American has been elected president. 2 wars have occurred. Gas prices have ranged from $1 to $4 a gallon. And of course, most importantly, the Red Sox finally won the World Series. I made sure to mention the Red Sox somewhere in this speech. A little bit closer to home, we've laughed at the continuous banter of Mr. Flanagan and Mr. Cassette. We've struggled through high school chemistry, some of us more than once. We've been embarrassed in Mr. Carr's sex education class. And been marveled as Mr. Whitney and Miss Winchenbach drew music out of us. We cheered last-second victories by the soccer and basketball teams, and rationalized field trips to Funtown and Six Flags as educational. And we definitely disputed the rigged judging of Winter Carnival year after year after year. And folks, it is rigged. Sorry, Bowler. But the last 13 years haven't been all grand, as the realities of the outside world have on more than one occasion intruded on our education. The year before most of us entered kindergarten, it was announced that the main Yankee nuclear power plant would be closing. The loss of those jobs changed our community, the surrounding towns, and our school system. We've all had friends move away, our parents have had their taxes rise dramatically, enrollment has plummeted, we've watched teachers and administrators leave, and programs and sports eliminated. But through it all, our classes hung together. The Wiscasset faculty has gone the extra mile, and the community has been very supportive. Many thanks to our friends and relatives, teachers and administrators, support staff, community leaders, and taxpayers that have made the last 13 years so wonderful, so fulfilling, and so memorable. My late grandfather graduated from Wiscasset High School in 1952. In the following years, he served the community as a town selectman and school board member. As anyone that knew him will tell you, George Flanders could be somewhat strident, stubborn, and opinionated, but no one ever questioned his love for this community and for this school. And while this statement may seem inappropriate by modern sensibilities, I know my grandfather would be very pleased to hear me say, we are all very proud to be Wiscasset Redskins. Thank you very much.